What is going on, YouTube people? Today we're going to dive into a little Magic the Gathering. Final Fantasy release is just a couple of weeks away, and prices are going crazy. The previews look absolutely insane. The artwork looks amazing. It seems a lot of people are chatting about, I haven't seen them in hand yet, obviously, that they knocked it out of the park with the Surge foiling on this particular set. This seems like it is going to be an absolute monster. I am already kicking myself. I did not order more when I had the chance. My local LGS had collector boxes for $400. I got one of them. I also got one commander deck set from them. And then hopefully it ships. I have one collector commander that I pre-ordered from Amazon. So hopefully that comes in with little to no issue as well, because those things are absolutely crazy. Now, the TCG Player sale was this past weekend. So what I kind of wanted to do is just really quickly kind of run through where we're at with each individual product. But I want to look at TCG Player and eBay because I've talked about this in the past with Pokemon product. One thing you got to keep in mind with TCG Player specifically, their pre-order prices, that they limit who can sell on the platform. So keep that in mind. You are not getting the full supply of inventory. It is constrained. And sometimes that will artificially boost prices up. And we are seeing that on at least one SKU. A lot of these actually line up fairly closely. We'll talk more about that in a minute. The other thing is the amount of volume that moved during the TCG Player sale. I know Rudy talked about this in a video the other day, is absolutely crazy for Final Fantasy. These are the play booster boxes, which are supposed to be print to demand, but it sounds like they're going to get wiped out. They're currently sitting at $185 a box. They sold over 5,000 of these things on the day of the TCG Player sale, which is insane. Absolutely insane. The price dipped down to about $170. It immediately shot right back up again. That is an absolute crazy amount of boosters. Over on eBay, for comparison's sake, the cheapest available is currently $169. We have $169.88, $167.95, a bunch in the 170s to 180 range. So slightly cheaper over on eBay, but not a huge difference there. About $10 or so per box on the difference between TCG Player and eBay. Always double check both if you are looking to pre-order product. Play boosters are generally not the hottest things in the market. I know for Bloomburrow, they got pretty crazy. But generally speaking, you don't see a lot of price action on play boosters. Final Fantasy may break that trend. Collector booster boxes. Once again, TCG Player sale drove a ton of volume. 355 boxes sold in one day. I'm not even looking at case quantity. I'm just looking at individual loose boxes. Price currently sitting at about $718. This is one where there is a pretty big difference. If we go over to eBay, these are sitting on eBay Buy It Now for $575. I don't know how many are available at that price, but you could get them right now, $575, $575, $580. And then we get into the 600s, still around 600. But you could get them. See if we click on this one. Yeah, 3 available at $575. Dice Head Games and Comics is a reputable seller. They have plenty of inventory available there. So you could get these for sub 600. You should not be paying 700 plus like they are going for on TCG Player. And this is one of those examples where do your homework. The constrained inventory on TCG Player pre-orders, because they limit who can pre-order product, has a tendency to drive prices up on it. So just be careful when you're basing stuff off of this number until release, this is not really a real number. And generally what we see happen is this number and this number will meet somewhere in the middle. If the set's as hot as everyone thinks it is, this number will go up a little bit. This number will probably go down a little bit. Then it'll do its thing from there. It might spike back up. It might go lower. Who knows? But right now, this is an artificially inflated number. And that's one of the big takeaways from this video that I want you to take from it. The collector displays, commander deck displays, these things seem to be extremely limited. They are currently on TCG Player going for $1,200, which is insane for commander collector boxes. Now, we haven't seen these, I don't think, since Warhammer was the last time they did a set of these. Those, for comparison's sake, are currently sitting at $962. And you can see these things have just steadily climbed up from $500. Demand way higher for the Final Fantasy ones. These are coming out of the gate strong. We'll see what these kind of get to once we get to release date. Now, over on eBay, they are available for between $850 and $900. So once again, we are getting that little bit of price push on the TCG Player side of things because of the limited sellers that can move the product, whereas eBay's the Wild West. Here, they are going for a little bit cheaper. Once again, we will see what happens when launch hits. I could see these creeping back down a little bit, but they are pretty expensive even just to pre-order them. I think my Amazon pre-order was for just under $600 maybe for a set of these, like $150 a deck, give or take. Now, the regular commander decks are also going for a pretty penny. This is just the standard old commander decks going for $400, $100 a deck. A ton of these sold during the TCG Player sale. Almost 1,000 deck sets sold for the sale that they ran last week. $400 current market price. Over on eBay, actually a little bit cheaper, but not huge. $350 over here, the going price for regular commander decks. Now remember, regular commander decks, they usually will reprint these. I know Lord of the Rings have just got a reprint not long ago, and those have been out for a while. So I don't know that you need to FOMO quite as hard on these if you didn't get them. They do tend to reprint these in a lot of cases. I have one set already ordered of regulars. I may actually try to get another set to open and play with, and then keep a set sealed. And then I have the commander set sealed as well. I didn't pull up any singles or anything because it's way too soon to tell on the singles market. Like Rudy mentioned in his video, don't go crazy until we kind of see hit rates for this stuff and pull rates and all that jazz and how rare some of this stuff actually is. A ton of this product is going to be open. This set is going to have a ton of buzz around it, even without the numbered Chocobo cards. I was hoping to get more collector boxes and open one on the channel, but I don't think that's going to happen unless something crazy pops into my lap. So I'll probably just have my one and I will stash it. But I do think I'm going to chase some singles from this. The preview images have been hitting me in the feels left, right, and center, specifically around Final Fantasy X, and then the original SNES one. I saw there's like a Cecil card. I assume there's a Kane card. I haven't seen a preview image for that yet, but I have to imagine that exists out there. I know everyone rides and dies for Final Fantasy VII. For me, it was the OGs, the original NES game, the Final Fantasy, I remember the numbering got weird. I believe it's Final Fantasy III for the SNES with Cecil and Kane. And then Final Fantasy X is when I got back into it big time. Final Fantasy X, I played the crap out of when that game came out. I also really like Final Fantasy XII. I have not played the modern ones as much. I think it was 13 with Lightning. I played through that one, and then I haven't really played any of the modern ones. I have 16 that I've been dabbling with, but I have not got that far into it. And then I missed a lot of the really classic ones during that, like, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that era. I haven't really played a ton of those games. I've never finished Final Fantasy 7. I know, take my nerd card away. I was waiting for the PlayStation 4 remakes or the PS5 remakes to get done, and they're just taking forever on it. And I was going to play through it on that whenever they end up finishing those, but it sounds like I might be waiting a while for that. But excited for this one. Like I said, the cards look absolutely fantastic. I plan up firing up Arena again to dive into some of this. I don't know that I'm gonna play in person. I don't know that I have the will to go play in the flesh anymore, but this looks like an amazing set. The artwork looks amazing. There's a ton of hype around it. This one could get crazy. Actually, it's already crazy. It could get crazier. So curious for your thoughts and comments down below. Catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.